Hello, today we are going to be presenting what happens when there is a risk of excess market power. Excess market power refers to when a firm has the ability to control the price of their product. They can control the quantity of demand represented by the purple line in the graph. And in order to make more profits, dominant firms make it so that their marginal revenue, orange line, is equal to their marginal cost, green line. The dominant firm's pricing policy is dependent on two main factors, the customers and their fringe competitors. A dominant firm may raise prices if customers are willing to pay, but they must take into account that the customers that leave may take their business to smaller competitors. The profits of the dominant firm are maximized by making their MC equal to their MR. We found that dominant firms usually own similar companies in their sectors. This implicates that the firm has more power than the consumer and makes it more difficult for competition to enter the market. It resembles a monopoly. The reason there is an antitrust authority in many countries is to regulate large corporations and to promote fair competition to the benefit of the consumer. In Mexico, we have the COFECE. The COFECE authorizes mergers and acquisitions to promote the competitive processes in different markets, and while doing so, they investigate abuse in the market. Mergers and acquisitions need to be authorized by them, and when there's a risk or suspicion of monopolization arises. The painting market is divided in different segments. Sherwin-Williams has already actively participating in some of these markets, and if they acquired Comex, they would have excess market power. If the Comex acquisition was approved, Sherwin-Williams would have over 50% of the decorative painting market share. The competitor's market share power was going to be between 8 to 10 times smaller. COFECE couldn't allow this deal since their mission is offering the same conditions to all participants. The PPG and Comex working together would not generate an unfair market competition since the market that they share is aerosol. It is a market in which both of them are not strong enough to directly and strongly affect the market. The PPG has strong market shares in the car painting industry and package painting. Neither are Comex strong suit. The one difference between the two big painting companies are the strong markets they work in nowadays. PPG is successful in car and package painting, and when put together with Comex, they didn't start to dominate the market. They are just expanding their market participation and trying to become better in the market they share. The acquisition by Sherwin-Williams would create conflict because they would have control of over 50% of the market. The competitors are not as big as they need to be in order to compete against this monster. Sherwin-Williams and Comex do share some other markets, but the truth is that one of both strongest markets is the same, decoration painting. We would like to conclude by saying that these antitrust authorities are an essential part of the economies on which they are established. They help keep our societies in the free market and act as a shield against monopolization of everyday products. Finally, they help maintain our role as consumers as the most important.
Created using Powtoon.